Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by to hang out with me for messages for every sign for tomorrow, plus Reiki for 5 minutes, and then also free for all questions and cards of the day after that. So what we're starting with right now, it is 2:35 on the 25th of January. Messages are going to be for tomorrow on the 26th. And let me get a couple of things set up here. And then we'll get rolling. Sorry, usually I have this stuff done before, but I blew it this time. Okay, so why doesn't that look like that's happening? Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, so distracted. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with messages for January the 26th, which happens to be Friday. Let's see what comes up for Aries. La da 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 da. Aries, I'm seeing a vision, but I'm not quite sure how to sort it out. Just give me a minute here. My apologies. What would that be about? I've forever been so stumped by something I saw. Okay, so Aries, the deal. What's going on is there is something that is really percolating for you from the inside out. And I feel like there are some things that you really want to have changed in your life. And I feel like you've been sort of suppressing the idea of making these changes for a long time. And it's just getting to the point that now you can't really suppress those thoughts or those ideas anymore. They're starting to really come up and make themselves known that, you know what, maybe I've been suppressing this to make everybody else happy, but I am so unhappy living this way. I really have to start figuring out what I need to do to make these changes happen. So changes coming up and percolating out of you, changes that I think you've been putting off for a long time because you don't want to disappoint or make somebody else unhappy. You're starting to realize that that's really no good for you and it's tearing you down from the inside out. So just at the very beginning of realizing, okay, there are some changes that I have to make no matter what other people think. So that's for you, Aries. Sorry that took me so long to figure that out. There's Miss Lorraine. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you here. My dear's driving. Hey, awesome. Hello. Glad to see you. Tammy Bambi, Ricky Jorgensen, Christine Verjanix. Hello, hello. Welcome. You're quite welcome, Christine. That's so sweet to say thank you. I'm feeling great, Lorraine. I just had a hectic morning, but I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I saw that. I guess we'll see how many more technical difficulties we have. That makes sense for you? Seems like that's going to be a time of transition. It might be a little difficult, but worthwhile. Taurus. Yep. Everybody's crowding in. That's a good thing. Taurus, let's see about you guys for the 26th. Taurus, Taurus. Taurus, I feel like if it hasn't already, your calendar is going to be filling up on the 26th. Actually, you know what? I don't think that it's actually the 26th that the calendar is full for, but I think that you're going to be on the 26th putting things in your calendar. For a lot of you, at least 3 things, maybe even more than that. So things are popping and hopping, whether that's business or whether that's social life, whatever that is. Things are happening for you, Taurus, adding things to the calendar. I'm glad it was just a blip. Yeah, I saw like on my little thing where I watched the chat box, I saw me start talking and then I saw it go straight into a hangout and I was like, this had better get better. Don't even talk about that yet, Ricky. I'm still happily in January. No rushing. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I feel like the 26th is going to be focused all on one person, and it's probably not going to be you. For a lot of you, I feel like this is going to be a day that you're devoting completely to the boss. Everything to make the boss happy. Wearing the right clothes to make the boss happy. Yes, I know that sounds strange. That's coming up. Making sure the nail polish is right to make the boss happy. Making sure everything is done exactly the way it's supposed to, right on schedule to make the boss happy. Now, for those of you, if it's not your boss that you're trying to make happy, this may be a spouse or significant other, somebody that does have some kind of authority presence in your life, whether they're like in charge or whether they're partner, doesn't really matter. But, you know, when we're with somebody, we do kind of answer to them to some extent. Yeah, it's all going to be about making somebody else happy. And when I say dressing right to make the boss happy, I don't mean like dressing right to seduce them or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying, Geminis. Please don't take it that way. I have worked at places before, though, where the boss would come by like and say, oh, we're going to have some high important visitors coming in tomorrow. So could you, you know, step up the dress code from what it normally is? You know, so could be something as simple as that. Karen B, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. How are you? Oh, Cray, I'm so sorry. Oh, do I? Is that same visitor, Ricky? Those of you who are here, if you don't mind, and if you have not already, you know, please share. The more, the merrier. I figured he was always here, Ricky. I'm just kind of surprised that he's not all the time. Cancer. Let's see about you guys. What do I have coming up for Cancer? Cancers, I have that you're playing numbers games on the 26th. Numbers games can be something like, what's that one? Sudoku? I'm not even sure I'm saying that right. This also could be gambling. This also could be like readjusting your budget and tweaking. Okay, you know, if I cut back here, then can I add to here? If I do this, then can I afford a nice vacation like I want? You know, so it could be those kind of numbers games, Cancer. Of course, we are getting into tax preparation season as well. You could be playing those kinds of creative tax figuring numbers games. Some kind of numbers games coming up for you, Cancers. For many of you, this could be something as simple as playing roulette or something like that. Glad to hear that you are good, Karen. I am fantastic. Thank you for asking. Leo, Leo. Leo. Whoa. You're having a hard time, Leo's, figuring out if you want to go forward or backward. Forward or backward. I do think you've got a relationship situation. For some of you, this will be, of course, a significant other, but for a lot of you, this is going to be a family member. I would say, I think even more family member than just a significant other. And you're in a situation with them where I think you want to move the relationship forward, but you feel like to do that, you would be taking things backward. So, example of what I'm talking about. Say that you're in a relationship with somebody and they feel like you really owe them an apology. And you really didn't do anything wrong. They just completely misunderstood a whole situation or words or whatever. And really, honestly, you have nothing to apologize for, but they don't see it that way. And they won't hear anything else from anybody else, yourself or anyone else. Okay. So you know that you could have this relationship that's moving forward in a positive direction if you just apologize. But you also feel like that's stepping backwards if you apologize for something that really deserves no apology whatsoever. So I think you're torn about what you want to do. how you want to handle this situation. It doesn't have to be, that was like a very specific example, but I'm just trying to give you guys an example of, how this could play out, where you're feeling torn between moving forward and moving back. Like you're thinking, if I move forward, I actually have to do something that moves backwards instead. So I hope you understand what the heck I'm trying to say, Leos. Anyway, that's your message. If you don't like it, try me tomorrow, I guess. Thank you for sharing, striving. I appreciate that. I know we have such a great family in here, don't we, Cray? Let's look at Virgo. Virgos, I think you're going to have a couple of things as a focus for yourself on the 26th. The first one is going to be living or making a living, and the other one is going to be love. Basically, you're a human, is what I'm saying. So you are focused on bringing in the money so that you can pay for your own existence and the existence of the people that are in your family. And you're also going to be focusing on relationships, and you're going to be thinking about what you can do to take relationships forward or to improve relationships, or maybe even what relationships do you need to cut out? Do you have some psychic vampires in your life? Those types of things are going to be what's on your mind. And also, Virgo, the fact that making a living and love comes up together kind of tells me that there's somebody that you really care for that's interfering really with you making a living, and you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do about that, Virgos. Hello, Virgo Queen. I had to laugh at your comment on my other video, Virgo. After I said X's and O's, that you had 2 X's show up. Hey, like how funky is that? Libra, let's take a peek at you guys. Carla Alley, hello, hello. Libra, I hear you're trying to stay on track with your predetermined tasks. Focusing on making sure that you do any tasks. I feel like you're kind of trying to wrap up from the week for the weekend. And for some of you, I feel like you may be going out of town, and so maybe you're going to be playing catch up when you get back to work. So this may be about, keeping everything, maybe doing things up ahead of time, just wrapping everything up, getting ready for that trip or getting ready for the weekend for different ones of you Libras. Not everybody will be getting ready for a trip, but, some of you will. Some of you will just be getting ready for the weekend, but you are trying to get things all wrapped up. Carla Alley, hello, hello. Were either one of the X's ones that you wanted to contact you back? Because, there's 2 categories of X's. There are those X's that we hope we never hear from, and there are those X's that we hope we hear from tomorrow. Or even today. Scorpio. Scorpios, I feel like we are wrapping up some kind of phase in our life right now. Some kind of phase does not necessarily mean that we're ending a relationship and wrapping up the phase of our life with that person, but there's something happening that we're wrapping something up and moving forward. This could be something that was going on in the relationship that we weren't happy with. This could be something about how we act within a relationship that we're not happy with. But there's some kind of improvement that we're getting rid of. We're getting rid of. And we're bringing in the new improvement by getting rid of that thing that was not making us happy. We're bringing in something new that does, whether it's a new behavior, a new attitude, a new romantic interest, whatever that is. But ending of one phase and beginning of another phase. And I do feel like this has to do, for most of us in our love lives, for others of us, that is going to be just in another type of relationship, like family, friendship, or something else. But I would say 80% we're talking about love life coming into a new phase, Scorpio. Alrighty, so at first, and then he annoyed you again. And then he remembered why he said X. Yeah, they tend to do that, don't they? Sagittarius. What do I have coming in for you guys? Let's see. You were dealing with somebody on Friday who is not a very nice person. I do think that this is going to be a guy. As a matter of fact, what I think about this person is that they're not on very good behavior, but at the same time, I don't think that they really know what very good behavior is. They're not really people. They're more like that, if you can read that. Dealing with somebody who's not a very nice person on Friday, Sagittarius. I hope your interaction with them is short. Okay, so those of you who are here and who have not already and who don't mind doing so, please share. There's Manuela. Hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room. I'm really trying to use better language, guys, but sometimes, you know, you still have to express yourself. Capricorn. Let's see about you guys. My phone, I thought I had it on silent. It's vibrating. That's distracting me. Now it won't shut up because it's in the middle of ringing and it won't let me change that. Okay, let's go back to Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Capricorn, I feel like on the 26th, something is going to happen where you're going to find yourself feeling like you are in the lap of luxury. And good for you. Something's going to happen that you're going to enjoy, and you're just going to feel like this is so over the top, more than what you would ever do for yourself, and just totally fun, actually, I think, to enjoy. Just living it up. For some of you, that's going to be at something that your company has actually paid for, you know, some kind of event or circumstance that your company has paid for. For others of you, maybe your family. Maybe others of you like gone in together with other people to be able to have this experience. Yeah, but definitely a very luxurious experience for Capricorns coming up on 26th. That's right. Sometimes very specific words mean very specific things. Yes, yes, yes. I get it, Carla. You guys, what you guys don't know about me is I used to be a truck driver's wife, and I was over the road with him for like 2 years. Plus, I think you guys do know I am ex-military. So you can imagine that when I'm not on the camera, my mouth can be flaming toxic. So I try to be a professional here, but I don't always make it. Aquarius. What do I have coming up for you guys? Aquarius. There's a Mimi. Hello there, Mimi. Glad to see you in the room. Mimi, Mimi. Let's do Aquarius. Aquarius, I think on the 26th, it's going to be very important to you that other people are listening to what you have to say, because you do have some insights into a situation that they have not so much noticed or paid attention to before. And it's interesting because you're kind of coming up to me as like you're the little man trying to pass on these insights. And so I think it's a little bit of a struggle to get other people to pay attention to whatever it is you have. This is at work, at school, with the family, whatever it is. People are not seeing you as the expert that you are on this topic. And so it might take a little bit of attention getting for someone to pay attention to you. But I feel like what you have to say seems very important to you, and I think it would be very important for people to pay attention to. That's the energy I'm getting off of it. La da 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 da. You're ready, huh, Tammy? Libra is done. You're going to have to scroll back for Libra. I'm actually on to Pisces, which is the last one. La da 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 da. If I was me, I would shock you. La da da da. La da 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 Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. Pisces on the 26th, it's going to be really easy for you guys to want to look at things through rose-colored glasses and avoid the truth. Okay? So Pisces, you're going to have some things happening right under your nose that are not so thrilling to you, but you're not, it's going to be really easy to not pay attention to them or to write them off. Just, oh, well, you know, he's only doing that because he's feeling really yucky today, or, you know, she wouldn't have stolen all the money on my cash register if she wasn't having a really bad week, or whatever, you know. There are going to be some things happening right in front of you that you're going to be trying to make excuses for people, because I think it's going to be tough for you to really comprehend what's going on, because I feel like there are some people doing some things that they shouldn't be doing, and these are people that you trust and that you care for, or at least that you care for. Maybe you know you can't trust them as far as you can throw them, but you at least care for them, and you would like to think better of them than what they're showing you. And so you're going to try to make excuses for them, or that's going to be the temptation, Pisces. Please try to avoid that. It only leads to heartache in the long run. Yes, I was. I was on the road with him for 2 years straight. Julie S., hello, hello. A day late, a dollar short. It's been a while since I've heard that. That's okay. You can always scroll back. This has what do they call that? Kind of like TiVo, I think, where you can scroll back and forward, even though it's live. I'm not a TV techie person because I haven't watched TV really seriously in decades, so I have no idea what word I'm looking for, but I hope you guys know what I mean. Anyway, let's do 5 minutes of Reiki. I'm going to do the Reiki for whatever will benefit each of you the most as individuals. If you have something specific that you would like the Reiki to help you with, all you have to do is adjust that intention. Those of you who are watching this no worries. All you have to do is set the intention to receive the Reiki, and you will. It'll do just as much good for you as it did for the people who are here right now. Alrighty, so let's get this started. Well, Lisa, you are a Pisces. Yeah, and it can, you know, sometimes when I say these things are for tomorrow, a lot of times they show up like for some people today, for other people about 4 days out. For me, whatever I predict for tomorrow usually shows up about 4 days away into the future. So I think it's going to matter a little bit, like where you fall in your sign, like what degree are you of your sign or whatever. Probably has to do with the timing. Saturday, yeah, we count Saturday. Sorry, guys, I didn't hit mute in time. My apologies. Okay, so let me figure out. It's 14:58. Let's do this till 3 after the hour. Floral 90, good to see you too, my dear. Happy to have you here. We're in the middle of Reiki. We've got probably about 5 more minutes to go, I think. Trying to see. Oh yeah, we can go to 3 after easily. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Natalie. Glad you're back. Right? Yeah, I'm hoping I don't get X's and O's for Scorpio anytime soon. Like poor Virgos yesterday. Thank you, Striving. So what's going on with you guys, Reiki? Do you have anything about Reiki that you want to talk about? And by the way, that little girl that we were praying for and everything, and that I was sending Reiki to, that was run over by the car, her mom, I talked to her mom this morning, and she is doing really well. I think this is her second day at home now, and she's doing really well. Thank you, everybody, for praying for her. You're feeling really sad. Probably what's going on, Virgo. Oh, yes. Actually, if you set the intention to help you with your emotions, Reiki can help that. And right now I have a sale going on Reiki. I've got 3 sessions for the price of 2. I think I said that backwards in my video. I think I opened the video with them selling 2 sessions for the price of 3. I don't know who would want that. But I've got 3 sessions for the price of 2 right now. Normally, I only give that out to people I only allow people to use that pricing one time, the very first package they ever buy. So this is a really good sale. It's like buy 2, get 1 free. So Virgo, with feeling really sad, that might be something that you would want to think about getting. No, we're still doing Reiki. We're talking Reiki and doing Reiki at the same time. What are you thinking, goodness, about striving? Are you happy to see a sale price? 2 more minutes of Reiki. You guys are all laid back today. You're pulling it in nice and easy. Right, Virgo? Well, you should at least go ahead and get the free Reiki that I offer then. Every Reiki session is going to make a difference. To really get to the bottom of something, you may want multiple sessions if it's something that has been around for a while. Oh, well, I'm glad you made it in today. Yeah, this is late. I was actually going to come on later or earlier, and somebody was like, "Oh, I'm going to give you a call in like 25 minutes." So I waited. I should have just done my cards and straight or not, because I had a feeling about it, because the person didn't even call. But anyway, maybe that was because I was supposed to be here when you could be here, Karen. You're wanting to set your intention towards a bad cough. We've got 1 more minute, Tammy. Okay, Virgo Queen, that'll be fantastic. I am too. I think that's great. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had forgotten about that, Karen, that you had won a session. Yeah, that's pretty common, Floral. Reiki does tend to relax people. We live in such a stressed society, like everybody needs some relaxation. It can help you to heal a broken heart. Yes, it can. You would be amazed. I've actually used Reiki to help a woman who was grieving. She had lost her son at a ridiculously young age. It was terrible. And she was really having a hard time processing it. And so we did a Reiki session for her, and major shift of energy, major improvement just with 1 session. It was a tough situation, but it was a good outcome, you know. I mean, if you're going to ask if it can heal a broken heart, I don't know whose heart could be more broken than a mama who's lost her baby, even if he is a 20-something-year-old baby. Okay, so we've gone a little bit over on the Reiki. It's time for free-for-all questions. or a card of the day. You guys pick one or the other, either a free-for-all question and type it up in the chat box, or a card of the day. A card of the day is just where I literally pull a card and it talks about something that has happened either within the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours that Spirit would like you to be more aware of. Aw, Manuela, you're so sweet. Manuela got in here first. Let's go ahead and do a COD for Manuela. Floral, I need you to pick one question or the other, honey bunny. One question or the other. And if you pick the soon question, then I want you to put in an actual time frame. Like, what is soon to you? 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 years, 2 months? What is that? COD for Manuela. La da 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 da. Manuela, Manuela. You're in the store. You've got the Knight of Coins in reverse. You better be careful in that store, Manuela. Don't go splurging now. This card says that you're doing something that blows your budget. So you're either not doing what it takes to bring money in, or you're blowing the budget, spending too much money and thinking, oh, I'll just fix it later. I don't know how, but I'll fix it later. That's what's coming up for you, my dear. Cray 87 gets a COD. Cray 87. Today you're being the Queen of Arrows. I don't know if you're an air sign or not, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, but you are thinking very logically about things, and you're letting your thoughts take the lead in your decision making and not your emotions. I hope that makes sense for you, Cray 87. Ricky Jorgensen wants a COD today. Ricky, how is your daughter today? We diverted a little Reiki energy. How is she doing today? Is she totally healthy yet? Ricky sent me a message yesterday after our broadcast was done saying she at least got up and ate a little food. Ricky, 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 Ricky. Okay, honey, here's what you've got. You've got the Lord. Now, this is not really like the Lord God. This is like the Lord in charge of stuff. So obviously, this is an authority figure. This is somebody that you're having to deal with. Feels to me, has a very government-ish feel to me. So I'm not sure if you're having to contact like some kind of government office, or if you have had to in the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours, or if this is somebody else who has a position of authority in your life. But it feels very government-ish to me. Let's see, who's next? Who's next? Tammy Bambi Middleton, COD. Tammy Bambi. Tammy Bambi, you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse in my lavender deck. Eight of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. Tammy tells me that you've been doing some manifesting work, and that now you're getting the results of that. The manifestations are starting to come into your life, Ms. Tammy Bambi. Okay, Floral 90 is putting in a new question. She's actually probably already typed it, so I'll get to that later. COD for Julius. By the way, guys, please don't repeat messages. I want to try to get through as many people as possible, and if I have to sort through what's a repeat and what's not, then that's going to slow me down. So let's just not do that. COD for Julius. Julius, you've got the Hanged Man. You're taking some time to figure something, decide what the right next move is. Just saying, that's a great time for a reading. And I love to do readings. Just saying, Julius. Virgo Queen, will things move forward in business with James? That question could mean a couple different things for context. Let's see what kind of cards we get. Here is the most telling thing. You've got the Six of Bows in reverse right here in the middle of the spread. In this deck, which is my green tree deck, in this deck, this is the abundance card, but when it's in reverse, it talks about not enough money, not enough stuff. Doesn't even talk about tightening your belt, just talks about not enough. There's all kinds of blockages dealing with this business with James. You're going into foreign territory you've never been into before. There's not enough not enough resources. See, I've been in the truck too long, in the military too long. In the end, I think you do find some way to ease the frustration. And the way you're easing the frustration is you are teaching other people how to do your job so you can get the heck out of there. So does that answer your question? Natalie Leffler would like a COD. I'm going to have to start a cuss jar for myself. Natalie Leffler, COD. La, 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 la. COD for Natalie Leffler. Natalie. Queen of Pentacles, you're doing something today to take care of yourself. Doing something to take care of yourself today, Ms. Natalie. Hope that makes sense for you. Striving has a question. And I went too far. Dang it. Was the visitor striving here today someone who's keeping something from her? La da 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 la da 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 da. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, this person might try to keep something from you, but you're onto it. I would not call this somebody that's really keeping a secret from you. You know what's up. They're not a very good liar. They're a terrible liar, as a matter of fact. How is T feeling after our meeting last week? I'm assuming you mean how is T feeling about you? So that's how I'm going to read this. Karen B wants to know how is T feeling about their meeting last week? Wow. Yeah, some crazy stuff there, Karen. Like really super crazy. You've got the Queen of Coins, first of all, which shows that he's feeling like you've cut him off. You've just told him enough of me being Mrs. Nice Lady. Done with that. No more generosity for you. Then we've got the Ten of Cups, which is odd that somebody would be happy about that, but the Ten of Cups does talk about happiness. So it looks like he's happy about being cut off. Maybe he knew that you were doing too much for him. And then we've got the Five of Swords showing up in reverse. This is peacetime. This is making the peace. So he feels like things are at peace with him and you. This is interesting because he's seeing that you've cut him off, but you know what? The breakup card is not here. He's not seeing that you've broke up, just that you've cut him off. And he's glad you cut him off. And he's glad that you guys are at peace. If I knew a little bit more about the context, I could tell you more, but I'm hoping that you'll know exactly what I'm talking about then. You're quite welcome on the Reiki striving. When will Floral 90 hear from her love interest? Floral 90, I'm not trying to be a smartass, but Spirit is saying to me, which one? I don't mean to make things hard for you. Maybe you can put in like a first initial or something. So sorry, honey. Christine, COD. COD for Christine. All right, so this is the last card of the day or question. Christine, what you've got is the Eight of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse is telling me something about some kind of communication slowdown. This is not a complete halt of communication between you and another person, but things are slowing down. And it could also be that things are slowing down as far as work or clients or business. Could be something like that as well. And I feel like this probably is a communication slowdown at work just because there is less work right now for the moment. And I'm hearing definitely this is a for the moment thing. So, don't take off your hard hat or your seatbelt because I think things are going to pick up very quickly and very suddenly as well. Oh, you thought that was funny, huh? You guys are wanting to know about people contacting you a lot today. Thank you, Striving. I appreciate that. Stacy Spring. I think you asked me a similar question before, didn't you, honey? You're really worried about your path, aren't you? Will you get the justification that you're hoping for? Honey, I'm hearing no, even though I said I'm done answering questions. That answer popped into my head as soon as I read your question. I am glad to hear you're feeling better. Oh, so your daughter is ready for school tomorrow. Yay. That's awesome, Ricky. Glad to hear it. Could be a doctor. Yep. Certainly could be a doctor. Thank you, Romy. Thank you for praying for little Lola. That's not good, Ricky. I would actually start, well, I don't know if you did your bamboo shoot or not, but if you've got garlic, do garlic and maybe replay some Reiki a few times. That's how my bronchitis all got started. All of us have silly questions sooner or later, Carla Alley. You're quite welcome, Tammy Bambi. You're welcome, Juliet. You're quite welcome, Virgo. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Lenice Jones. Hello, hello. Glad you're in the room, honey. Nice to see you here. Striving. There's always tomorrow. Romy, he's expecting that. Good job, Natalie. Very cool, Karen. You're quite welcome, Christine. I think a book would be very interesting. Striving. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Oh, you have a great weekend as well. Thank you, Timmy. You as well. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out today and just keeping me on my toes. Thank you for all your feedback to let me know how I'm doing. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you to those of you who have booked and will be booking Reiki with me, whether you know it or not yet. And the same with readings. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful weekend if I don't see you here before that. And I will talk to you all soon. Peace out.